1, 2, 3.
That's alright.
It was German.
I think that was alright. That was so decent.
Deutsche.
I think we've had better.
Yes,
Definitely.
I don't
Hey,
know. It was kind of like...
He counted and counted. He counted. No, he counted. Counted in a different language. Yeah. Counted doesn't sound like a word.
No, it was German.
Counted doesn't
I,
sound like a
I
word.
count in German all the time,
Why?
but I can only
just sounds
count.
cooler.
But I can only count to 9.
Fair.
I very rarely have to count above 9,
Yeah.
so we're good.
Yeah, I don't know any situation. Anyway, right, I should probably start this off.
Just general counting things, you know.
Honestly,
I don't know.
that's the thing. Like, if you can count to 10, you're bilingual.
Yeah, I just do it unconsciously now.
Because there's so many things, like so many different languages. I can count to 10, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Spanish and French.
Yeah, I can get a little higher than that in Spanish, but
I know
Yeah,
how to
yeah.
Not
count
much.
very high in Japanese, but I don't find myself just randomly like counting in that. Like,
did you know Jacksepticeye is fluent in Korean?
yes, I did
Yeah.
see that. I'm like, what the fuck?
Wait,
That's
really?
Yeah,
mental.
because he dated a Korean girl for like 4 years, and went
None of
and
that
like
bit.
actually went to South Korea a few times. So
Damn.
yeah,
It's hefty.
occasionally when he's streaming with someone else who speaks Korean, he'll just start talking to them, and
Start
everyone
popping off.
freaks out.
Well, yeah, because he's growing a little Irish boy.
Yeah.
Bilingual people are cool for
Yeah.
the most part.
You know his name's not even Jack.
Biggest fucking.
When I
Should
learned that his name wasn't
century.
Jack, I was like, wait, but why though? What?
Hold on.
Wait, why is
My
this
life is a
thing
lie.
Jack?
everything I
I don't
knew.
know.
Yeah.
Everything is wrong now.
Yeah.
Anyway, shut up. Let me.
No, no, we're just never gonna start this episode.
Hello and welcome to the ZeroFunction podcast. I am your host today, Conall, and I'm joined by my co-hosts Jen and Lee.
Hello.
Despite our best efforts.
Yes, it was a bit.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Oh well.
What
well,
do you mean despite our best efforts?
Well, I mean, despite the derailing of the conversation almost
Oh.
immediately,
yes.
a lot of technical issues.
Yes. Also, Jen only just got here. She was out of
Yeah.
town.
I just drove for 3.5 hours to come and film the podcast.
Yes.
Which, coincidentally, is the amount of time that I thought you would have been here earlier by.
Yeah.
Ah.
But unfortunately not.
Yeah.
But you know what? I've had pizza. I'm drinking a coffee. I'm good. I'm good to go.
Oh
Yes.
man.
We're also recording this on a Monday rather
Yeah.
than a Sunday, so yeah.
Public holiday things.
Yes.
Different energy right here.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, yeah. Last time we were on a Friday. This time we're on a Monday, and it's a different vibe again.
Yeah, I hope we're back
Bit
to
slow.
normal
Bit
next week.
slower.
Yeah.
Just get the energies in the room back to normal.
I
Oh,
would
yeah.
I would pump it up, but
Well,
maybe
okay.
not.
Don't worry,
Yeah.
guys.
I
I'm not
think-
going anywhere next week. So we'll
Yeah.
still be on Sunday.
And I think the audience has had enough of your pumping it up.
What do you mean? That was great
For
last time.
I mean, he's
A
still
couple
drinking
years.
this time.
Yeah.
But not excessively.
He hasn't got a whole bottle of rum this
Yeah.
time.
I'll have you know there's still a bottle of vodka in there, which I do actually want to finish off, but
Good thing I'm sitting in front of the closet.
okay.
You shall not pass.
Today, this episode,
Yes.
it's not a very detailed episode. We're pretty much just doing it on house dwellers, like people who just hide in other people's houses, without people knowing. It's just creepy.
Well, it's kind of a
Really?
You brushed over
we-
that, so I thought, the topic would be house dwellers, and you let it linger for a second so people know what it. You just kind of
Secret
went, yeah, house dwellers.
squatters.
People that live in your house. Yep, that.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But-
We briefly talked about this.
Yeah.
It was
one of the other
it was a topic
episodes.
of side conversation on a previous episode.
Yeah,
was
I
it
think
last
it.
week?
Yeah.
Actually, I think it might have been on the occult episode. I think it might have
Was
been
it?
in there when we were talking about creepy things.
Yeah, I think it was. It was after.
So the one we talked about
shit, I
was
remember.
a Japanese woman.
It was the Japanese woman. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which,
Yeah.
which episode are we talking about?
So
I think it was in the occult episode.
I think it was as well, and I do have it on this list at the bottom because I'm not sure if we wanted to go over it or not.
Yeah.
I genuinely don't remember that episode. What did,
Well,
what,
it's
what did we-
okay because it didn't upload. So.
Yeah, that's the one we lost. 'cause-
The
Oh.
museum.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, right. Oh, the Warren Museum. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. No,
Yeah.
I'm with you now.
Oh, because I was
Yeah.
just saying occult, not
Yeah,
museum.
which
yeah,
in
yeah.
my head is like a completely separate topic.
Yeah, it's called
You
the
know?
occult museum. Yeah, I
Yes.
get you now.
Okay. We can start off on. I'm just gonna title it "The Ex-Boyfriend," I guess,
God.
because it doesn't really have a title. As a lot of these do, because they're just
It already doesn't.
when I
sound good.
researched this, like, there were only probably about 10 of the same reoccurring stories, like, on the multiple websites that I went on to.
Well, there's,
Yeah.
there's only so many ways that you
Yeah.
can hide in someone's house.
Yeah,
you know?
really. And I'm like, well, so some of them quite similar. But anyway,
And the thing, most of them are probably just going to be like stalker partners and things like that. That's like,
Yes.
don't leave me.
yeah, it's kind of stuff like that. Some
Yeah.
of them aren't.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So, in 2012, Tracy, doesn't have a last name, thought she and her 5
Tracy.
children were the only occupants of a South Carolina
Did
home.
you say 5?
Yes, 5 children. I don't know if she's married. Single mother with 5 children.
When was this?
2012.
Okay, right.
Until she discovered there was another person, an ex she broke up with 12 years earlier. Tracy heard some strange noises in her attic the day before discovering her ex. She and 2 sons checked the attic, but found nothing. The strange noises continued throughout the night. Plaster and nails from the ceiling also fell on her bed and floor. Tracy called a nephew to check the attic the next day. I don't like the pacing of this
Yeah.
like paragraph, but it's fine. Just fucking deal with it. Sorry.
All right.
It was like a monologue in my head right
Yeah.
there. The nephew found nothing at first until he went deeper into the attic, where he found her ex sleeping. The ex hardly left the house smiling. Tracy later learned that he could see her bedroom through an air vent.
12 years.
Yeah, that's the thing. Was he living there for 12 years?
Yeah, how long was he in the house?
I don't.
I love how they were just like, he just
You
left.
can search up.
Yeah.
You can find this, but I don't.
Okay, what's her
think,
what's her
hold
name?
on. Hold on. Let me do this paragraph first.
Tracy.
Tracy could not figure out how her ex got into her home or how long he had been there. However, he had helped her put new doors in her home a year earlier and had just completed a 90-day sentence for stealing her vehicle. The ex left his stuff in the attic, including his photos, toys, cassettes, and several cups of feces and urine. So, within the last year, like...
Okay, so
I'd probably say once he replaced the doors, he probably
Well,
made
after-
a master key.
After his 90-day sentence, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
okay, so assuming they were on good terms for most of that time up until he helped her with the renovations,
Yeah.
and then stole her vehicle after that, I guess.
I guess?
Well, I doubt he'd steal the vehicle and then be like, by the way, let me help you with your reno.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
he
I-
probably helped you with the
okay.
doors, made a master key, served the sentence,
3
broke
months.
in.
3 months in prison.
He probably broke in because he went to jail. So he's like, you know what?
Mm.
Screw you.
So
Yes. Probably like...
anywhere between 1 to 9 months.
Yeah, honestly.
Sure.
He could have been there for a very long time, but the fact
Up
that
to
there
9
was an
months.
air
Jesus.
vent that he could see her from...
Yeah, that's a bit rough.
I just hate how they're like, he just got up and left.
Mm.
Like, what if I found him asleep? I would call the cops. Like, I wouldn't wake him. I'd call the cops and be like, get him out of here
Yeah.
and make sure he is locked up.
You know, that is...
Ugh.
That is...
Like, you don't know how many
messed up.
copies of a master key or whatever he made to your front door, or and that's the thing. Like, he was watching her for anywhere from 1 to 9 months.
Ugh.
Like,
Yep.
Yeah,
Ugh.
that's
and have 5 children. I'm assuming they're like they'll be younger children.
terrified.
Yeah, they're not like in their 20s or whatever, because then they
Nah.
wouldn't be living with her.
I don't
So
think
like,
so. It didn't say, but you
that's
assume
so
that.
dangerous.
It's not great.
Mind
I wonder
you.
if they were his children.
Yeah, I was literally just about to say that. I said X of 12, like 12 years ago. At least one of those kids could be his.
It's possible. Yeah.
Yeah, very possible.
Do you imagine just like your dad that you don't see is just living in your attic?
Ugh. Yeah, no. No, thanks.
You know? Oh, God. It's also the thing about, like, keys can be so easily copied.
Oh yeah.
It's mental. So if somebody just takes your keys and they know where you live, it's like,
If they have a photo of your
You're
keys,
done.
they can make a master key. Yeah, if
Yeah.
you have a photo of
Really?
someone's key,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a thing.
holy shit.
Yeah, you just go into like the AutoCAD or something, and you can
Scale it up.
Take the photo and like trace around the little notches
Right.
and stuff, and then you create a 3D model and
Damn.
print it.
Shit, that's
Yeah.
slightly terrifying.
Yeah, and you don't need like super specialized equipment to do it either.
Yeah, you can use like so many free drawing programs. Like obviously AutoCAD and things like that would be better, but like yeah,
Right.
it's actually not that hard.
Yeah, it's not cash money, as I would put it. That's not great.
See, that's the thing with all this sort of stuff. Slight derailment, but it's fine. Like if you think about it, there's actually so many like easy ways to do stuff. Like there's so many easy ways to break
yeah.
into someone's house and
Oh,
like
yeah.
do. But
Yeah.
you just don't think about it because you're a decent human being.
Well,
I don't know. Yeah.
Well, would you ever copy someone's key?
I mean, no.
No.
But
Exactly. To break into their house, not like just, oh, hey, can you?
Well,
give me a
that's
key?
what I
Like,
want you to think.
maybe.
Ah.
Maybe.
Yeah, you got nothing to steal. Don't worry.
I mean, even as a decent human being,
Yeah.
I've spent enough time on the internet to have at least thought about these things.
That's the
You
thing.
know,
Like,
like,
you think about
consider
it,
it.
and you're like, I could. I
kind of sits
probably
in the back of
could.
your
Or-
head. You're like, yeah.
More like someone could do this to me. you
Well,
know?
yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's the thing. Like, you say these sorts of, oh, that was like, there was this program so dumb. So they were talking about the amount of people who had been breaking out of their ankle bracelets recently.
God.
Right.
Right.
And they went on the news, and she was like, "Yeah, like people have just been breaking out of like I don't know what the actual story was, but then she was like, "Yeah, because there's a special like clip
Oh,
here," and she
God.
showed how to take
No.
off an ankle bracelet on the news,
No.
and then there were like
Ah.
30 people have taken off their ankle bracelets since this aired, and I was like, "What a dumbass!"
That is
Like-
so
And they all just
bad.
kind of
How-
disappeared. I think they only found like 15 of them or something. Because she was just like, oh yeah, there's just like, people have been taking them off like this.
Just
so then
like-
obviously everyone was like, oh yeah,
Just like 5 seconds of forethought
yeah.
put into that statement would have just
Jesus
don't stop telling people how to break the law.
Exactly. But that's the same sort of thing with these sort of podcasts and things like that. Like we've just told someone how to copy a key.
Yeah.
Not
like-
not as bad as telling someone how to take off their ankle monitor, but
Yeah. Still, it's like
It's
some
like,
random
oh.
person's like, oh yeah.
yeah.
It's like,
Like-
this old joke in I think it was a Simpsons comic. It was something like Principal Skinner now has a new unlisted phone number due to his impatience with the number of crank calls that he's been receiving.
Oh yeah.
He and his mother hope that this new number will stop these occurrences. Principal Skinner's new unlisted phone number is
Oh my
Oh
god.
man.
so it kind of
yeah.
defeats the
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
Just dumb. Right.
Oh man.
Let us.
Anyway, number 2.
Yeah, number 2.
Tell us now.
No more title. Which one was this? Hold on. Let me refresh my brain real quick.
Yeah.
Tell me now.
Pull up a title for this invigorating
Can't
story.
wait.
I don't remember. I sort of remember.
Oh, the
Okay.
suspense is killing me.
Can you not think of a title?
No.
Did you say
I probably
suspense
should've
is
made
coming?
one.
Just read the thing.
Amber Dawn heard footsteps in her attic the night before she moved to her new apartment in
What?
what? Unumclaw? Is that it's
Give me.
ENUM? Unum?
Let me
Enum?
let me see. Let me see.
Enumclaw. Unumclaw.
The way your face went, I thought you were going to be like, Taranaki.
It just
And I was like,
Yeah, something like completely obvious.
Enum? Unum?
Enum
also,
Claw.
you could have just called
Yes.
it Footsteps in the Attic. That would
Oh,
have
no,
been a sick title.
Washington State. Let's
Washington
just say
State? Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that just broke my brain for a second. In 1997.
To be fair, it's not difficult.
specifically. It just wasn't right. Anyway, she checked the trapdoor that led to the attic. While it looked suspicious, as if it had been pulled in by someone inside, she never thought someone could actually be in there. She told the landlady about the footsteps, but the landlady dismissed it as a squirrel. It's always the fucking animals that they dismiss.
Yeah, they're
A
always
squirrel.
like, it's the wind. It's an animal.
Always.
It's fine.
How's it gonna make that like loud?
Yeah,
footsteps or
it's
Mind you, that's like any horror movie where they're like, it's the wind. What sort of wind do you listen to?
yeah.
Fucking like straight up screams. It's like, it's the wind. Yeah, it's just normal. Dawn would notice strange events in her home over the next few months. Things mysteriously went missing, and her items were being moved. At one point, her 9-week-old puppy ended up inside her bathroom sink during a flood, even though it couldn't climb it in by itself, apparently, so probably a small shit-ass
Okay.
dog.
I'm assuming she lives alone.
Yeah, that's the way it looks like. I'm pretty sure she lives alone.
Yeah,
It
she's like
states
living
here,
alone in an apartment.
Dawn thought her brother
Right.
thought her brother, who also had a key to her apartment, was responsible. She only found out the truth 6 months after moving in. So the only person it seems has access is her brother.
Right.
And
thought
the
people-
landlord?
Yeah, and the landlord, I guess. But the landlord's not really going to show it without telling people.
Yeah.
One night while she was soaking in the bathtub, when she looked up at the trapdoor that led to the attic, it was open. She hurriedly grabbed a hammer and a dog before leaving the house. Outside, she called her sister-in-law, who came and picked her up. Police later searched Dawn's apartment and found no one. However, they found food, a book, and a sleeping bag inside the attic.
Ugh.
So they didn't see this person. This person escaped.
Yeah.
They did not find anything except remnants of them living up there.
At least she was smart and wasn't like, oh my god, I wonder why that's open. Let me go look.
Yeah.
She was just like, I'm getting out.
Why? Just don't buy a house with an attic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
attics
Or
are just bad
apartment.
news.
I feel like
Or
every house has an
basements.
attic, do they not?
Hey?
Doesn't every house kind of... Well, they have an attic space.
Actually, yeah, we have an attic space.
Yeah, we have an
We,
attic
we have
space.
we have a crawl space.
Yeah.
Ah, true, yeah.
Yeah, I get,
Which
yeah,
I
ours isn't, like, livable.
It's
I
decently big up there, though.
suppose. I mean, yeah. I guess like technically, yeah. You could potentially
Someone
get
could
someone up
hide
there.
in there, but they probably couldn't live in there.
No,
and the,
yeah.
the,
It'd be
the actual-
impossible for them to sneak out of that because it goes into the closet in our.
Yeah, it'd be
Yeah.
almost impossible to get in there without anyone noticing.
Yeah, our
Oh,
crawl
yeah.
space is in our hallway, but it is just, like, a crawl space. It's not like the American homes that have, like, an extra room up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So why would you do that?
Yeah.
That's just nightmare
It's
fuel.
even weirder.
That's just
It's even weirder when it's behind the
asking
walls.
For, like, oh, yeah.
Mm.
See, that's the thing. Half of me really wants to have one of those houses that has all those like hidden walls and trapdoors and things
Oh.
like that. But then it's just like if someone ever breaks in, they could just like live in my house, and I'd be like, oh well.
Yeah, it just wouldn't be cash money, honestly. Like, it's just such a creepy feeling.
That's why mansions freak me out. Like, could you imagine being like a night staff at a mansion and you just hear like a door close and you're like,
Oh yeah. Oof.
I'm just glad there's no like air vents on the roof. They're all on the floor.
mm.
That's great. I mean, there is the one.
But is that
vent-
better or worse? Because imagine if those air vents were big enough for a person and you just see someone by your foot.
Nah, the air vents are like they're not even like a foot tall. But I mean, there is the one downstairs. You know where there's the cupboard next to the garage.
Yes.
And there's a
Yeah.
vent that's right on the floor there that points out to the room opposite or like next to it.
floor.
That's outside your bedroom. There's a vent that points out that way. So somebody could be in that closet just like lying down.
Oh, is it
looking
like
through
under?
that
Is it
vent.
like under that desk?
Yeah, underneath the desk.
Oh, there's so much shit under that desk. There's no way they could see anything.
Doesn't matter.
No.
Just close off the oxygen supply.
Oh, I just thought about how that's worse. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, could you imagine
Alright.
someone like being in your floor?
Yeah, but what if somebody's sitting down that desk and this person's just looking up through that vent, just like,
Yeah. Like, you just
I can
happen to, like,
smell
wheel
you.
back and
Oh.
you just see eyes on
Also,
the floor.
there's also so
suck.
much shit in that closet. There's no way.
nah. I mean, I was down there working on like my metal stuff, and
Yeah.
just like the door because of the wind, just like bashing, and I'm like, I don't like
yeah,
that.
it does that.
And I watched it a few times. I'm like, okay, I'm good.
That's like ours with, like, our house being so old. Like, it was built in the 70s, I think. But every time I'm home alone at night, I'm just like, well, tonight's the night I die.
Oh no. Yeah, sometimes I wake up and look at my closet, and I'm like, closet's looking a bit sus today. Like if I leave it open, I'm like, I don't like that.
Yeah, you're like, I'm an adult. I can give rational thoughts. I'm not scared of monsters under my bed. It's like, oh, but that shadow, though.
That closet looking kind of not great right now. Right.
That's kind of it for number 2. Just
Yeah,
didn't find
there
anyone.
wasn't much on it. I didn't find anybody. You might be able to find more information, but I'm kind of just like skimming just the
Yeah.
top
Yeah.
info
yeah, fair enough.
currently at the
I mean, there's
moment.
not
I mean, at
really
least
a
she
lot more.
moved. It said that she moved, so at least they weren't like, oh, sorry, we didn't find anything, but go back and live here.
Yeah.
Ever.
Go back.
I mean, there's not really a lot more to say in a lot of these cases, you know.
Not really.
Yeah.
I mean, this one's kind of interesting. This next one. So,
Alright, go
Give me a title, Conall. Work for it. Give me a
the
title.
student.
Dun, dun, dun. See, it's
Intriguing.
just ominous enough to be like, oh yeah,
That's not interesting. When
Contextually, yeah.
yeah.
In 2013, near Ohio State University, several students were living it up in an off-campus house. With so many college students in the house, they didn't think it was too strange when they noticed that the occasional open cabinet or that someone had left the door to the microwave wide open. That sentence doesn't make sense. Write it better, fucking website.
Doors are being left open.
Yeah,
in the
shit's
kitchen.
been left open.
Okay.
Food stuff. However, when these small things get happening and no one ever owned up to any of it, they started to investigate. They quickly became curious about a door in the basement, which they had always believed was just a locked closet. Eventually, they got their realtor to help them open the door. Behind it, they were surprised to find a room. The fact it existed wasn't even the biggest surprise. The room was completely furnished. It had a toilet, sink, textbooks, and even framed pictures.
What?
It turns out the uninvited roommate was another student named Jeremy, whose cousin had lived in the house previously. Jeremy had obtained a key from the cousin. One of the roommates even said they saw him walking around the property at one point, but just assumed he lived in the other part of the building on another lease. Now, there was
What?
there was a video on the website that I was on when I got this information, and it was just like a news story, like kind of thing, just taken off, just a clip.
Right.
And like the student was saying, like he was just outside his house, and obviously thought he was in like the adjacent unit.
Yeah.
And like the guy said, "Oh, hi. I was wondering when I was gonna be able to meet who lives here." Or whatever. And like this guy was just living in their basement.
Jeez.
Holy shit!
And like
But like, how did he get in and out?
I don't know.
While
Well,
they were asleep,
he had the
probably.
key, yeah.
While they were out.
Yeah, he probably just came in really late. He didn't want to pay rent.
And that's the thing; it's like fully furnished, so he's just like, yeah.
Yeah, all he had to come out for was food because he had the toilet in there. So
Yeah.
he was fine.
That's not good. Ugh.
I mean, would he even have to come out for food? Like, why didn't he just buy food and keep it in the room?
I-
Oh, mind you, like hot food and things like that.
Yeah, he probably would have run out at some point.
Yeah.
It was funny in the video as well. They were like, "Oh yeah, he was a really nice guy, but felt kind of bad that we had to like kick him out."
No, just like,
Typical college students.
just
though,
Yeah.
let him keep living there. You know, like
Just make him pay rent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
redivide the rent and just He's
Honestly,
not
yeah.
hurting anyone.
That's like felt kind of bad. Like,
And he's already there. You know.
yes,
Yeah.
like, I feel like I'd just make him back pay a bit, and
Yeah.
then solid.
Also, how did the realtor not know about like the door? That there was
Yeah.
nobody else there. Like I know he got given a key by his cousin, but like, come on.
But especially, I feel like when they moved in, don't they like check all the rooms and things like that to make sure everything's like living worthy?
yeah.
So how did they not check that then?
Maybe it was
'Cause
like-
how did he move in his bed
May-
and
Well,
like?
maybe he moved in afterwards.
Maybe.
How did he move in a bed?
I don't know.
Maybe it was already there, but he kind of just like went in afterwards, like after the realtor
Yeah.
had done all its stuff.
Or maybe
Just
when
don't-
maybe when his cousin moved out, he just moved all the stuff in there and just kept living there while they were
Just
doing all the real
don't
estate
quit.
stuff.
Just don't question. Right?
You know what, college
Think
student?
about it. Think about it. You're thinking about it. Don't think about it.
No, no. What happened? He just opened the door, like the other college students are like, "Oh, hi, Mark." Just goes down the stairs, like just goes down. Like, nice guy.
I did not hit her.
I did not.
Oh, hi, Mark.
That's the one. That is the one.
Wow.
Oh god, it's only 22 minutes. These are way shorter than I thought they were gonna be. Pull up like a website with these stories. Thanks.
What?
I might run out.
Oh God! All right. Jeez.
Well, I didn't expect us to not talk as much. So don't ant me.
I mean, it's Monday.
Jerk. Oh, this one's kind of interesting. Okay.
You said that about the last.
Well, because the last one was interesting.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, actually, going back to the last one, like just college students, man, they're so chill. They're just like, well,
They're too stressed about exams. So
yeah,
they
stressed
don't
about
fucking
exams,
care.
and then also just drinking so much on the weekend.
Drank.
Like you're kind of just in a weird zone. You're just like, yo, everyone's my pal.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay, this one's actually a Reddit one. So, one Reddit user, the Bella Bubbles, great username. The Bella Bubbles thought they had the perfect setup when their family left them the house sit while they visited France. The house was in the middle of nowhere, meaning it was the perfect place to quietly relax. 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 The house also had 8 dogs. I'm assuming these people are like rich.
8 dogs.
8 dogs.
Dogs.
Maybe it's a farm.
I thought you said docks, as in like for
Dogs.
boats, and
Yeah,
I
we
was
got
like,
8
who
dogs.
needs 8?
Bill Gates.
So
yeah, true.
the person actually living there has 8 dogs.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
right. So I'm a little distracted looking at this stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, the house also has 8 dogs. So although being scary is that doesn't make sense. That sentence. So although it's being scary being alone sometimes, the dogs were enough company to make them feel safe. That was until one night when they heard a mysterious scratching come from the walls and ceiling. They decided to check it out, and it appeared the noise was coming from a closet that was normally locked. The closet held the homeowner's guns, so the door was really left open. Upon discovering the unlocked door, they also found something else, a mysterious hole in the wall. They quickly called their friend and their friend's dad, who rushed over to check out the scene. Their friend's dad soon discovered that behind the hole in the wall was a mattress, men's clothing, and countless chicken feathers. They all worked together to seal up the holes and any other possible entry points into the home, but the man was never discovered, nor was the reason for all the random chicken feathers. That is like... That is whack,
Wait, so
man.
that hole was in the gun safe?
Yeah, it was in the like the gun closet. So this guy had access to guns.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, I'm assuming if they were following proper like rules, the ammo would have been separate. But
Yeah,
still,
yeah.
like, damn. You could have just taken a gun out, like gone to a gun store and be like, can I have some ammo?
Yeah.
Hmm.
But like that. Okay. See, I feel like that's so much worse. Like the first one, where you know who it is and whatever. Like they get out, cool.
Hmm.
When someone's living there, but you don't know where they are. What if they're like just in the house now?
Oh, yeah, that's,
Like you
that's
find
just
the mattress
spooky.
and things like that, and you're like, okay, but where are they?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's not great.
Could you imagine you just turning around and they're just behind you because they were
Ugh.
like about to come back to their little hidey hole or whatever?
Yeah. No,
fuck
don't
that.
want to.
Like that's what nightmares are made of. Like, oh no! If I found someone sleeping, calm. Like, call the police, get out, cool. You find a mattress. What are you doing in that situation?
Yeah.
Because like calling the police won't really do anything. Because they're like, well, nobody's there at the moment, so they're not gonna, hijack a mattress. They're gonna just leave it and be like, well,
Yeah,
when you
like,
find someone, let us know.
He's gone. We don't care.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because they're not going to...
That's the thing. They'll get there. They'll investigate, and they'll be like, well, nobody's here at the moment, so...
Also, it's very confusing because it says he's in the locked closet. How did he get away? Did it, like, lead... Because it doesn't say anything about it. Does it, like,
Yeah.
lead out to somewhere else?
Dunno.
Did he build a tunnel system under the house?
It's possible he broke through
That's
to
what
another
seems
part of the house, like maybe a crawl space or something.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it did say that they blocked up every possible entrance, so I assume that there'd be multiple ones that they just didn't list.
it might be like an underground thing.
He went through the sewers.
This is...
That's the thing, though.
He
Like,
went up through the toilet.
even though it was a hole in a gun closet and things like that, they had to make the hole. How long have you been oblivious to someone living in your house that they were able to, like, what do you call it? Build their own little, like, a mattress. How did he get a
Yeah.
mattress in there?
It's kind of impressive.
It is
I mean,
quite, like...
you say mattress, but like, come on, there's those like really floppy, shitty mattresses you can like fold up just like into a
Yeah,
shape,
just
like
a
really.
little,
futon mattresses.
yeah.
Yeah, just like get them in there.
Yeah, see, my
It's not
brain
that hard.
instantly goes to, like, not queen size, obviously, but just, like, a little single mattress.
Even a single mattress.
Yeah.
Really pretty easy to get in. Right. What am I up to? Number 6.
Number 6.
Yeah, I've only got 7 of these. I severely misjudged how long this would take us. Yeah.
That's okay. We can always derail and shit talk even more.
We'll figure it out as we go.
Exactly.
Right. So
It's Monday.
it is.
It's Monday, my guy.
In 2014, a man in China.
Excuse me. I did not get a title for this episode. Wow,
Wang.
Wang?
Wang.
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 No.
Oh, I was like, if that doesn't have anything to do with the story, I'm going to be disappointed.
Wang.
I got the wrong name. For some reason, I automatically thought that was Wang. I don't know if that was low-key racism, but it was actually Zing. Yikes.
Zing.
Xing.
Xing.
It's probably more like that. I'm assuming.
Xing.
That sounds like a
That's the title
Chinese
now. Xing.
kind of
Okay.
pronunciation. I don't know Chinese. In 2014, a man in China continuously noticed that his food and money had slowly been disappearing. He was baffled as to how, though, because he was always checking to make sure his windows and doors were locked. One day, he came home and found out that someone else had done the job for him and locked him out of the house.
What?
So that's that's not a good start. Getting locked out of the house. I don't know, like, did he not have a key for his house?
Yeah.
Locked out of his house?
Wait, he came home and he was locked out.
Yeah,
But did he not lock the door when he left?
that's a good question. I don't know. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he just went out, like, briefly. And then
So
just,
then, obviously, he's not very good at locking the doors behind him.
yeah, nah. Anyway, when police came to figure out what was going on, they eventually discovered a hole in the man's kitchen ceiling, which led up into the attic, of course, of the building he lived in. Police found a homeless man by the name of Zheng living in the attic. He had also been sneaking into another apartment in the building. He had stolen over $300 in cash from the apartment and had also been using the kitchens to cook the food that he had stolen. So it seems like it's an apartment complex. So this man's
Yeah.
probably just been like a rat just going through the fucking things, just like crawling
Yeah,
along.
probably.
See,
Go
a
to
hole
different
in the
building.
kitchen ceiling, though. How do you hide a hole in the kitchen ceiling?
I mean, it's possible it was like inside a cupboard or something.
Yeah, that's,
Still.
yeah, just like on those like top.
Or
cupboards.
maybe the apartments themselves like aren't in great repair.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be surprising.
Mm. Yeah, that's
That's
just
all I can
ugh.
imagine. It's just like, because I'm thinking like these massive, well, obviously not huge, but like still a hole in your ceiling. It's just
I mean,
how long how oblivious do you have to be to not hear someone breaking through your ceiling?
I mean, if he was like not home, then
yeah, and the guy just like drops down and he retrieves the stuff, puts it back up in the ceiling, like the debris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could have just come home and saw like a little bit of stuff on the ground, like, let me sweep that up.
Yeah.
Not thinking about
maybe
it.
he just never looked up.
Yeah. People generally don't look
People
up.
don't look up, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, with the kitchen at this house, like you kind of walk in, you kind of see everything.
Yeah.
But like if it's like a really short building and you go in the doorway and the kitchen's right there, you're not really gonna look straight up, are you?
Yeah.
Like if it was right above the doorway, you walk in, you're not really gonna see that.
No.
But maybe if you walk out, you might see it.
Oh man, but
Checkmate.
yeah,
It's a
especially
sweet
like
spot right in the middle of the roof.
that's the thing though. These people they like steal a little bit and then they're kind of just like, oh, this is nice. I'm just gonna stay here. Like I feel like I would. Well, mind you, I guess if he's put that much effort into digging a hole out, I guess you wouldn't vacate immediately.
Yeah, no, he's probably like, yeah, it's a good apartment, good money,
Yeah.
good money, surplus money that they can take. Also, how's this man getting out of like the building to use that money? Like,
Yeah.
because he's
Well, I guess
pretty
he's
much all
dropping
the way
into
in
the
there.
apartment and then just walking out. But then how does he walk back in?
Yeah, because
I mean, he just leaves the door unlocked and hopes he gets home before the owner does.
Could you
Yes,
imagine if he
but-
tries
but-
to open the door and the guy's home and he's like, ah,
Yeah.
yeah.
ooh, awkward.
I'd say like multiple apartments. You'd think it's like an apartment building. So how is
Yeah.
he getting out through like the lobby or whatever?
I don't
Actually,
know.
it's China. It's probably not very high.
Yeah, I mean, but even
Graded.
so, like, they probably don't know every single tenant. If you look like you belong somewhere, nobody questions you.
Yes. I don't know. I mean, he was homeless.
Never underestimate
True.
the power of the high-vis vest.
Oh,
Yes,
the high-vis
and a
vest.
ladder.
The best.
I was going to say a clipboard, but all right.
clipboard.
Ladder. I saw the same sort of one. They had
Hard
a high-vis
hat.
vest and a ladder, and they just walked into everywhere pretending they were maintenance people.
Just have a level in your hand. Just like,
Yeah.
yeah, I got this.
As
Tool
long as
bag.
you have a
So,
high-vis, you can
surveyor
get in
tripod.
anywhere.
Anything
High-vis
like
and a tool
that.
bag.
Yeah.
Yep. That's what you need.
Everyone's just like, oh yeah, maintenance, cool.
Yep.
Easy. And then we're like, why is this guy just standing in front of this doorway picking this lock? That's weird. It's
He's got a high-vis
it's
vest.
like, oh, yeah.
Maintenance.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
oh no, the homeowners, they were locked out, so I'm opening it up for them, you know?
Yeah.
God.
That's
Easy.
the thing. Like, genuinely though, if I saw someone in a high-vis vest with a tool bag next to them picking a lock, like, maybe
You wouldn't
I'd
think anything of
I'd
it.
probably think they were repairing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I probably would as well, like, honestly.
How many people do you think you've walked past that are actually like dodgy as shit?
I
Like they're
don't
doing
wanna
something
think about
hella
it.
dodgy.
Do not want to think about it.
It's like working at the shop. People would come in and they're just taking like money out of their socks and whatnot. It's
Yeah.
like, why
Oh,
do you have
God.
money in your socks?
Ugh.
Yeah.
Question: you have pockets.
I have not seen that.
I've
Yet.
seen that twice in the shop.
Oh.
I always get when people ask if we have PayWave, that always trips me out because like if we don't have PayWave, sometimes they leave, and I'm like, but why? Why do you specifically need PayWave here?
Yeah, like the card
whose-
still works.
Yeah, whose card have you stolen that you don't know
Yeah.
the pin to?
There's
Like,
also the people when they open up their wallet and it's just full of like hundreds and
Yeah.
fifties, and I'm like, who needs
Haven't
this
seen
amount
that
of
either.
cash?
yeah,
No.
Like not people who
Not-
are living normally
yeah.
require that amount of cash.
Even when I like used to actually carry cash because I don't carry cash anymore, I'd still at max have like $30,
yeah, it's
$50.
like a 20 and a 10, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I'd just have like chump change
Yeah.
just in case. I wouldn't carry anything of significance because I'm like if I lose my wallet then I'm stuffed.
Some of the people who come in are just, oh,
But that's
like,
also
just
like
look like crackheads.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I've had so many people like they'll come in for like something real small and they'll hand you a $50 note and you're like, but why do you have this?
Wow.
Now we're just derailing into dodgy people.
Yeah. All right. Hit us with the next one.
Yeah, this is the last one on my list, but we can find more on the website.
It's very,
so don't worry.
very hot at the moment.
Oh yeah, it's,
Yeah.
I think we're all just a bit.
My
Lagging.
my
It's Monday. It's
PC
warm.
yeah.
I've been playing very intensive games before this, so my PC has been very hot as well.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It's not good. Anyway, I think this is the one we talked about on the other episode that didn't release.
Japanese.
So, yes.
All right.
In 2008, An
Nipple.
unnamed 57-year-old Japanese man realized he had been sharing his home with a secret tenant.
I love this story.
Prior to the discovery, he had noticed that someone was stealing food from his fridge. He suspected it was a burglar and installed security cameras that sent live footage of his home to his phone. One fateful day, he received a video of a strange woman opening his fridge. He called the police, who went to his home, hoping to catch the burglar. The police were surprised when they found the doors and windows locked and intact with no signs of break-in. Nevertheless, they entered the home thinking the burglar was still inside. Police found no trace of the burglar until they checked the shelf just above the closet. Inside they found 50-year-old Tatsuko Horikawa. Investigations revealed Horikawa had secretly lived in several other houses in the area before settling in the man's home. She had lived there for a year before she was caught. A year?
Yep.
Damn, that's a long time.
Now, a lot of the other accounts of this story that I've heard are that he was checking the surveillance footage, and he was actually sitting in front of the closet where she was hiding, as he was checking it.
Yeah.
Which is like,
that's what you spoke about in the other episode.
He saw
bad.
he was watching the footage and he saw her crawl into the closet that was like right behind him.
Yeah.
And just thinking about that is
Nah.
It's not great.
It's like this horror movie I watched. It's about this deaf woman who lives kind of in the middle of nowhere. Like, she has neighbors and things like that, but she's deaf. And this guy kills her neighbor, but the neighbor runs to her house for help or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he realizes that she's deaf because he sees her, he like taps on the window and everything like that, and she obviously doesn't realize. And he like just walks into her house because everything was kind of unlocked, and he takes her phone and starts taking photos of her from her phone, but her phone's connected to her laptop, and she's sitting there on her laptop like writing a book, and then she just gets this photo of herself sent to herself from like the stairs behind her. It's that sort of stuff just creeps me out so much.
Yeah.
Like, because that's the thing, people could be anywhere and everywhere.
Yeah, it's...
People.
Yep.
It's just not great.
People freak me out so much.
Do not want.
Now, there was this one that I missed. I accidentally put down some other information.
Yeah.
I accidentally copied the campus one for a second time. Now, I'm trying to find the other one that I was looking at, because there was a movie that was based on it. Now, where the fuck
I was about
is
to say,
it?
is this the movie that I just talked about? It's probably not, but...
I'm trying to find it. It's sorry, I'm really trying right now.
While he's doing that, fun fact about Ohio State University, where Jeremy was attending. If you look at pictures of their campus quad, you'll notice that it's paved really weirdly. Like, the paths across the grass are in like these weird geometric shapes, like a lot of triangles and stuff. Because what they did was, when they built the campus, they waited a year to pave the paths. Yeah. Because what they did was, during winter, they basically they just let the students like walk between the buildings, as they wanted to, and as they walked through the snow, they got this clear picture of the like paths that they were taking to like the quickest paths between the buildings, and then I think they actually like got up. I doubt it was a plane. It was probably just like a crane, or they got on top of a building. Oh no, this is like back in the 60s or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they like took pictures of the paths in the snow, and then once it came around to spring again, they like paved the paths according to that pattern.
Damn.
Yeah, it's a phenomenon called desire paths.
Yeah.
Where they'll be properly set out paths, whether they're paved or gravel or whatever.
Yeah.
And you'll see just like ruts in the ground, away from them, where people have
That's actually
like
super
found
smart,
their own way that they want to go. Like on a right angle corner,
yeah.
You'll see just this like curved path in the grass where people have like cut across the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, stuff like that. It's all over the place, and it's fascinating.
That's so smart. That good on them, because instead of making that's the thing. At my high school and things like that, I always used to just like cross off the path and they're like, don't walk on the grass, and I'm like, well, I'm not walking all the way around to get from A to B.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, exactly.
Huh.
Yeah, I came into halfway into this, but I think I got the gist of what you were talking about.
There's the
Just
the,
cutting across shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Desire Path subreddit is actually really cool.
Wait, there's a whole subreddit for it?
Yeah, yeah. Like I said,
Right.
it's everywhere.
Oh, I'm gonna go into this.
Like, have you? Okay, so you guys have walked along the coastal walkway here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know when you're walking from port and you're
Yeah.
approaching the aquatic centre,
Yeah.
and then there's the paved path that goes around towards the playground, but then there's that like little rut in the grass that leads towards that like kind of wooded path thing. Yeah, that's a Desire Path.
Oh, really?
That's what it looks
Jesus Christ, you're
just-
taking your laptop?
like. Yes, I
Fucking
hit my
hell.
hand on it. It's alright.
Oh.
Kind of hurts. But yeah, that's Desire Paths.
Yeah.
And little tangent there that I thought people would
Yes.
find interesting.
I enjoyed that. Yeah. That was a fun little fact.
So I accidentally copy pasted a story, the fucking campus story, twice.
Yeah.
It was instead supposed to be this
Oh.
one.
Yeah, I can kind of read it,
So
and that's ugh.
yeah, at a Washington D.C. hospital.
I want a title.
You want a title?
I want a title.
The valet.
The valet.
Why are you
yeah.
helping him?
Well, it
'Cause
was
I
a
wanted
good
to.
title. Don't at me.
The valet. Dun, dun, dun.
At a Washington D.C. hospital, a man named Carlo Castellanos Feria. Castellanos? Yeah, sure. I'm not gonna.
The evil within.
Yep.
Castellanos.
Worked as a valet driver. He constantly ran into a
Barcelona.
woman named Michelle Frendenberg Onion. Sorry, just gonna
Onion.
Onion. I don't know.
let's say O'Neill for her dignity.
No, it's
Onion.
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 Onions
Chive.
have layers.
All right.
She was the
Jeez.
director of physical therapy of the hospital at the time, though it's not clear whether the two had some sort of friendship. Castellanos. Why can't my brain do that?
Castellanos.
What's
I'm
his
just gonna call him Feria.
Castle?
Feria apparently wanted more than that because he eventually began to stalk her.
As you
With
do.
her-
As
with
you
her
do.
keys- yeah, as you do. No, not as I do. So, that you know of.
Oh.
Let's not do that.
What?
Sorry. Tell
I missed
myself.
that.
not to
Tell
say
the
that.
story.
Shut up! You keep giving me looks. Okay. With her keys unattended at the valet station one day, he snuck off to make copies of them, and later broke into her house to install hidden cameras. Though he was interrupted several times while doing so, he just hid under Onion's bed until the coast was clear. He actually did this for 2 days straight before her boyfriend found him, and some of the sinister items he was carrying with him. So
God.
I did look it up, but
Oh.
the sinister items.
So what? She had a boyfriend. And he wanted to be the boyfriend.
Yeah, seems
But-
so.
Yeah.
She was like,
So-
nah,
I
nothing.
mean, that's generally how it goes. Yeah.
Yeah, so court documents show that the Hyatsville man had a change of clothes, condoms, a power cord, and latex gloves with him under the victim's bed at the time of his arrest.
Nice. Charming.
Paracord?
So, what was it?
So he was
A
planning
power
on
cord. Not a paracord, a power cord.
oh, okay.
So, I don't know, an extension cable?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You needed electricity, apparently. I don't know why.
I mean,
That's slightly
latex
concerning.
gloves is very concerning.
Mm.
Yes.
Yeah, a little bit.
But when police searched his home, they found that Feria had taken a videotape of onions. First wedding, and also framed several photos of her. He had even had another huge stack of unframed photos too. He was eventually sentenced to a little over 3 years in prison, and the story inspired a movie called Under the Bed, written by one of the Blair Witch Project's co-directors.
Oh,
Ugh.
Yeah. So I haven't seen that movie.
no, neither.
Neither.
Honestly. Under
Have seen
the
Blair Witch Project.
Bed.
I have.
I have
Boring.
not.
Oh, really?
I almost fell asleep. Yeah. Actually, I think I did fall asleep at one point. It's impossible to tell because it's so slow.
Yeah. That's the thing with some of those horror movies. Like, it's kind of a good story. It just takes too long to get there.
Yeah, I mean, I can appreciate its impact on the genre,
Yeah.
going forward, but the film itself is just it's boring.
Yeah.
The very brief synopsis of this movie does not sound like that. Two brothers join forces to protect themselves against the rest of...
What?
Can
Mouth.
you speak?
Two brothers join
Allegedly.
forces to protect themselves and the rest of their family from a monster. That's literally it. This man's not a
Alright.
monster. He's a stalker.
So
Stalker!
It's
Yes.
very loosely based on that story.
Very loosely.
Oh my God.
There's just a bed involved.
Yeah, it's just someone under the bed. That's all that it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Like
I love
don't
how it says to protect themselves from the rest of their family and a monster.
calling on them. Yep. Sorry.
Like
Went off a
that
bit
doesn't
there.
make any.
I know that's it. There's probably a longer synopsis, but that's all I read right there. There was one about Jennifer Lopez being stalked, not stoked, being stalked.
Actually, yeah. Let's just talk about stalkers for a quick little bit.
You were looking at the wrong film.
She was was I?
Yeah.
Hold on.
I just went to Daniel Myrick's Wikipedia page.
Okay.
He was one of the directors. Of the,
yeah.
Blair Witch Project. No, Under the Bed was a 2017 TV film.
Okay, yeah. So I got it wrong. It said movie though, didn't it?
Yeah, this says trailer 2013.
The one you were looking at was 2012.
Yeah.
Something?
The Blair Witch Project's co-director.
Yeah. Daniel Myrick. Yes.
So what film was it?
It said it was a film. Oh, there we go. 2017 IMDb. An obsessed stalker, Pat Healy, befriends a despondent woman, Hannah New, on social media and takes up residence in her home by hiding out under a bed. That sounds more.
Yeah.
Wait, what's it
that.
called?
Just Under the Bed. Just not the movie. Or wait, it is no, it is a movie. It's just a new one, 2017. It's not a series. Yeah. Stalkers.
What?
Stalker.
What?
It's going off.
What? I'm totally lost. What just happened? What was that about?
I don't know.
I don't know.
It's like a little switch in my brain whenever I see the word stalker.
Stalker. Oh, okay.
Stalker.
Right.
You know.
Okay,
like,
the game.
Split!
Right. No, I.
Yeah, yell again right into your mind.
Yeah, I zoned out for a second looking up that movie, and it just you there was yelling
I went off.
in what I assume was your attempt at Russian, and it just
shit.
yeah.
Yeah, as usual.
Anyway, so yeah, going to stalkers now, just quickly. Paula Abdul had a stalker that used to like Paula Abdul.
She was one of
I don't know who that
the
is.
Jesus,
judges
you're a
on.
child.
She was
I
one of
am
the
a
judges
child.
on American Idol.
Yeah,
Who fucking watches American Idol?
I did.
I don't, but I know
That
who
is
Paula
terrible.
Abdul is.
Yeah.
Ew.
She was on with Simon Cowell.
I know
and-
things. You know this.
Yeah, Paula Abdul.
I don't know things.
Actually,
No, but you know that I know things.
Yes, I do know that.
Point being, she had a stalker that used to like come to her house and things like that, and just like wait outside, and like she lived in her car for a bit. Like
Jesus.
Eh?
she stalked her like crazy. She threw like eggs at her house and things like that. But then
I think I heard about this.
she either died or killed herself or something.
Sounds about right, yeah.
Oh.
She said that because Paula Abdul wouldn't give her like attention or something like that, she just like offed herself. That was better.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
I know Taylor Swift had a stalker recently, didn't she?
Recently?
Like within the
Probably
last couple of
like,
years?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've heard that.
It's like
I
someone
don't know who, but
just hanging around outside the gates of her house.
Yeah.
House, if you can
Taylor
call it a house.
Swift stalker.
Stalker.
The Queen had someone
The
break
Queen?
into her bedroom.
What?
Yep, Queen Elizabeth II. This was, I want to say late 80s, early 90s.
Damn, there's some shit guards out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this guy just he evaded the guards, scaled the fences, and got into the Queen's bedroom, and like had a good like 20-minute conversation with her. Like at some point, like she just kept him occupied.
Yeah.
And at some point managed to like alert someone that something was going on. Like she might have had a panic button somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and she just had the opportunity, hit the panic button, and the guy was arrested.
I'm more impressed with the Queen right now. Damn.
Honestly,
Holding a combo
yeah.
for that long, Jesus.
But like, also,
Very
what are you gonna do with
experienced
the Queen?
diplomat
Like,
right
because
there.
that's the thing. Like, she was still probably like what 60 or so then, 50,
Um,
50, 60.
yeah,
what
let
are you
me-
gonna do with that?
Seems
Like,
alright.
why did he? Why the Queen?
God
Like-
save the
Because
Queen.
she's,
Yeah, he's just
she's
like-
the Queen.
But that's the thing. You break into a room, you're like, I just really
Who
have
doesn't
want
want
to
to meet the
you.
Queen,
Yeah,
my dude?
just wanna have a
She's
cup of tea with you.
immortal. He wanted to figure out the method for immortality.
Michael
Yeah.
Fagan, this guy's name was.
Michael
Michael
Fagan.
Fagan.
Why does that sound familiar?
Okay, I was a little off. 1982 it happened.
1982.
He would have been 34?
So he's like, maybe I could hit that.
No, I doubt it. Well, 82, if she took her in
That's
her
too much
40s and she was in her
She was 18.
20s, well,
She was
60s.
18.
She's
Yeah.
probably in a somewhere in the 60s
Yeah.
at this point. Because she's how old is she now?
92, I think.
Something like that, yeah.
Betty White turned 99. Holy
She
shit.
did. We talked about this last week, didn't
I
we?
know, yeah. It's just, what a legend.
Very white.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
I've been looking
Again,
at Taylor Swift's.
We stan a queen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can we have Betty White be our mascot?
It's very specific.
Betty White, we
I
love
don't
you.
mind, but
Let's get Betty White on the podcast.
Hell yeah.
that is not happening.
Goals.
Chief. I wish, but
Oh, man.
I'd be afraid.
Oh,
I'd
yeah.
legitimately be afraid.
Let's get the
What do
queen
you
on the
say
podcast.
to Betty White, man? Like,
The Queen.
I bet she has some stories.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Betty White was alive before the Queen was in power. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, she
What?
was.
yeah, she was like, what, 20
Oh
something?
my god.
How,
Betty
wait,
White would have been
I
like
forgot
in
how
her 20s.
old Betty White was. We've probably talked
She's
about this last
99.
week. 99. Oh.
Yeah,
Betty
it's
White
like,
turned
ah,
99.
like a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she was like in her 20s when the Queen became the Queen.
I think they should have a duel.
Yes!
Oh my god. What?
They're like the two fucking immortal beings that should fight it out.
Because that's the thing. It's not like they're old, frail 99-year-olds. Like, they're still kicking. Like, Betty White's still acting. Like,
Yeah, it's
she still works at
Yeah.
99.
mental. I don't know how.
Yeah, she's been
like,
working for like 80 years.
I think she was a child actor as well.
Yeah. Like over 8 decades.
Yeah.
She's been working
fucking
in the
hell.
TV and film industry.
Screw that.
Big
I'm
money,
sorry, but
though.
no. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I guess the thing with acting though is like, you're not doing like one job over and over again. Like you'd have a
Yeah,
lot of
true.
varieties, so it'd probably be quite a good job.
She had
I
her
would
own
say.
TV show and things like that too.
Okay, so
Sure.
Fagin actually broke into Buckingham Palace twice.
What?
Oh my god.
The first one was in June 1982. He
I
let's
feel
see.
like by the second time, you're kind of like, you're back.
He climbed up a drain pipe. At which point a housemaid saw him. She called security, but he disappeared, and they thought she was, just, they didn't believe
Mental.
it. And then he got in. He got into the palace through a window on the roof, which was unlocked. He wandered around for like half an hour while eating cheese and crackers.
That's
So he
quite
wasn't
impressive.
actually trying to see the Queen. He was just wandering around.
Yeah, he was just inside the palace.
Yeah.
He tripped some alarms, which I guess were faulty. And then he spent some time looking at royal portraits and sitting on a throne. I don't know whether it was just a throne.
A throne?
I don't know if it was the Queen's
Just a
throne
random one.
because the Queen does.
Do
it
they
must
have
just been a
thrones?
throne. There's a throne in oh god, what's it called? Is it Westminster Abbey?
Yeah.
Yeah, wherever the coronation takes place.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, right.
Yeah, there's a throne there, and I guess they have some in Buckingham Palace. Yeah, yeah, and then he apparently drank half a bottle of white wine before getting tired and sneaking back out.
Wow.
And then about a month later, in July, this is about 7 a.m., he scaled the perimeter wall again. There were like spikes and
So
barbed wire.
technically 3 times because you said the first time he disappeared.
I think he. No, I think
Oh,
he
was that
disappeared
the same
onto the
time?
roof
Yeah.
and then got it.
Oh, okay.
I think, yeah, I think that's how that
Right.
happened. Yeah, so there were like spikes and barbed wire
Yeah.
on top of the wall, which he got past, and then again he used a drain pipe to enter the Queen's bedroom. He actually tripped an alarm again, but the cops thought that it was faulty
Oh my
and just
gosh.
ignored it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's some bad security.
Imagine
man.
having alarms and then they're like, nah, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Like, I mean, you don't expect that somebody to like just randomly go to that much effort to go for a drain pipe. They killed the Queen. 'cause
Yeah,
she didn't have that much power.
No, he wasn't. He didn't.
like-
Yeah.
He wasn't there to kill her. He was just in the
yeah,
palace.
but like somebody could.
That's the thing. He could have
But-
so assassinated the Queen and just snuck out.
Yeah, he could have. But Man, just
Okay, yeah.
sounds fun.
Yeah,
I don't know,
it's just like, I just want some like royal cheese.
Yeah. No, well, yeah,
It's
there's,
like, "Oi, love, you got some cheese?"
there's conflicting reports. I mean, she woke up when he disturbed a curtain. So I guess the sound woke her up.
Yeah.
And then,
Right.
like, initially it was reported that he sat on the foot of her bed and I
How
guess
would you not
talked to her for a
scream?
while.
I
She's
would
the queen.
Scream bloody
She's the
murder.
queen. She doesn't scream.
She deals with a lot of shit.
But no, back in 2012, Fagin gave an interview, and he said that she like left the room immediately after she woke up. She she phoned the palace switchboard twice for police, but none arrived. And
So she left the room
What about-
immediately and then came back.
What about
Uh,
her guards?
no, I think she left and called the cops, but,
Yeah, but-
no one came. The footman on duty, guy named Paul Wybrew, he'd been walking her dogs. So it was looking around 7:15 at the moment. And yeah, he came in because I guess he heard her up and about. Came to see what was going on, and then two cops were behind him, and they arrested Fagin. So yeah.
Is there only one guard? at
Oh,
that time?
no, it happened as because they have armed police officers outside the royal bedrooms.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And the guy who was supposed to be there had just gone off duty, and his replacement was on his way.
Right.
Which makes
You
you
do not go off duty until your replacement
yes,
arrives.
exactly. What? Why?
That's very
Especially in a palace. Like,
yeah.
we did cadets and, like, we still kind of followed that rule. Until someone shows up, you don't leave.
bad. Yeah, that's pretty
And,
dumb.
like, nothing was going to happen if we left. It's like, well, this is but, like,
Yeah.
the palace. He's like, the replacement's coming. It's all right.
It's fine. It's
Um,
alright.
Yeah, so apparently he was just he really liked the Queen, and yeah, he wasn't. Yeah,
But
I
still, if
doubt
someone-
he was
But then,
had any intention of hurting her.
didn't,
wanna have a
didn't
chat.
it say that, didn't it say that he had a conversation with her?
Some accounts, yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of like
Conflicting. Like,
yeah, because obviously it's it's Buckingham Palace,
Yeah.
it's the royals. They're not gonna
they're not going to be like, yo,
Let-
someone just broke in.
yeah, they're not gonna let the press in on everything that happens.
Yeah.
But
That's
yeah,
pretty
no,
funny, though.
apparently he had psychological issues. So
Yeah.
yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, I
But
think he
still,
was.
Props to him.
2 years later, he attacked a policeman at a cafe in Wales. So
Ah.
yeah,
Ah.
yeah.
Okay, not great, but imagine going to jail. And, what are you
And-
here for? I broke into the Queen's bedroom.
In
Let's have a chat with the Queen.
in 1983, he recorded a cover version of "God Save the Queen" by the Sex Pistols with a punk band called the Bollock Brothers.
Wow.
And in
This man has lived a life.
in 1997, he, his wife, and their 20-year-old son were charged with conspiring to supply heroin, and he was in prison for 4 years.
Okay, interesting.
How did he get
deals
married?
heroin, does a
I don't know.
cover, and oh god,
He broke into Buckingham Palace. He really loves the Queen.
Yeah.
Does a cover of God Save the Queen
I-
and heroin drug deal.
I don't know, but yeah, he wasn't
Interesting.
initially charged because his actions were deemed a civil issue rather than a criminal issue.
Civil issue.
But in
Ah.
in 2007, Buckingham Palace became a designated site for it's a section of law called the Serious Organised Crime and Police Act. So it became a designated site for that,
so anybody steps there,
and,
they'll get done.
trespassing was turned into a criminal offence then.
Yeah.
Like on Buckingham Palace grounds. So,
Right.
yeah.
Why was it not?
I don't know. I don't know.
I guess because like the monarchy just isn't in power anymore, so it's more
Yeah.
just like a.
Yeah, I
It's
don't
more
know.
of a
It-
tourist thing.
Yeah.
to be honest.
I think it might have just been a legal loophole.
Yeah.
Like
pretty
he
much.
wasn't really giving any
That's what
thought to it.
seems Like, oh god, I was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Do we have any more people living in other people's houses?
Yeah, a lot of
Um,
tangents this episode.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was just looking at the Taylor Swift stuff, and like, it seems like she's had a lot of stalkers like
Oh,
come
yeah.
up to her house and like somehow.
Mind you,
get
to be
really
fair, she
close.
invited a bunch of fans to her house anyway. Like when she when she released her Red album, I think she invited like 30 fans to her house,
Oh no.
and like they were all kind of like teenage girls, so it's like
Yeah.
kind of harmless. But at the same time, do you know why would you invite that many people to your house? Because then everyone would be like, Taylor Swift lives here. This is how you get in. This is the passcode to
Yeah.
the.
Yeah, it's not great.
Like, because that's the thing. Like, sure, they know where you live, but like, and you've probably got this big security gate or whatever. But like, look at the internet. Like, if
Bit
you get
dodgy.
enough people to be like, okay, she lives here. How are we getting in? Enough people on the internet could be like, this is how we do it.
Yeah, people just
Yeah.
they idolize celebrities too
Yeah.
much. It's like they're people as well.
Mm.
Sure, they got a bit more money, and
Yeah.
a bit more talent.
That's
probably,
the thing. Could
but,
you
like,
imagine just like walking on the street and everyone's like, oh my god, it's Conall. Like,
I'd be terrified.
yeah.
I don't want that.
Like when I've had people in my life anyway, just like say hi to me and I don't know who they are.
I panic if I hear my name or
Yeah.
anything that sounds like my name in public. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
oh. Because my name's so like rare.
Yeah.
For the most part in New Zealand, at least, I'm like, can't be somebody calling out for me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it is somebody like across the street. I'm like, okay, I know you. Okay, that's
Yeah.
fine. Alrighty.
There was this girl in high school. I still can't for the life of me remember how I know her, but that she was, I think, like 4 or 5 years younger than me. I don't know how she knew me, but every time she saw me, she'd say hi to me and she'd be, hey Genevieve, how's it going? And I'd just,
Jeez.
hey.
Yeah,
Yeah,
But
bit
because she was
weird.
like a child, I didn't want to be like, how do you know me? Like,
How do you know?
But yeah, like 4 years on, I still have no idea what her name is, how she knows me, who she is. But she always used to say hi to me, and it's such an unnerving feeling, just like some random saying hi to you. It's just
A
kind
little
of like,
bit, yeah.
okay.
I just gotta assume that there's somebody you used to know.
Yeah, you just assume like, oh, you probably know someone that I know that's just talked about me or
If
whatever.
not,
Yeah.
panic.
Yeah, you just assume they have some sort of connection to you. Otherwise, it's just too bad to think about.
God.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, are we done?
Yeah, we had an hour. We managed to fucking extend that shit.
Yeah.
I didn't think those would go by as quickly as they did.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's the Monday vibe, I guess.
yeah, it's an interesting topic, but yeah, there isn't that many
Yeah,
accounts.
there really isn't that many, and there's not much information.
There's not
to them.
substance.
I'm,
Like,
I'm honestly, I'm torn between sharing my list of topics so that you guys actually have something interesting to do and just
No.
keeping it to myself.
You do the good ones, okay? We will do what we do.
I really want us to just have an episode that doesn't have a topic. It's literally just us talking. I think that'll be the funniest stuff.
Would
without
that go
like,
well?
Without the amount of like tangents we go on.
I would like to do some gameplay videos.
Some gameplay videos.
Yeah. I mean, you and I have like
We started.
dabbled. We dabbled
Dabbled.
in the
I'm sorry,
past.
gameplay video. Is this just
Yeah,
like
just like
just
let's plays. Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Like,
yeah.
One of us
Yeah.
playing games and just commentating behind. Really.
yeah,
Yeah.
let's plays. I understand gameplay
Yeah.
video. I was like, what? But yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I want to do eventually. But anyway, thank you for
Would.
listening to this.
Yeah.
We'll have a think about it.
Yeah,
we'll see what we can do.
We'll
It's
see.
Lee's week next week. Do you want to
It
give
is.
them a little teaser trailer? Or do you not know?
I no. There's a couple that I'm trying to choose between.
Yeah,
so,
bounce around in.
Yeah.
It'll be good either way. Way better
Hope
than
so,
what we
yeah.
do. Oh,
Right.
God.
Yeah. You've been putting music under the like beginning.
I gave
the
a
episode.
quick placement. I put in a quick placement song at the start. I need to change settings for that.
Yeah,
and
we're
volumes.
working on finding, for lack of a better term, a theme song.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we're putting like a
Suppose.
little like intro bit where we're still talking before we actually get into the episode as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Let us know if you do like that or don't like that. If you just want to go straight into the episode, let us know. If you don't mind the little shit talk intro bit,
Yeah.
if you think it's fun,
I like it.
Yeah.
let us know. I thought it was quite funny.
Yeah.
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 But just to cover all our bases, what is the name of that track that you're using?
Oh fuck. Hold on.
Well, we can just link it in the
Hold on.
description.
I'm almost
Yeah, we
there.
should. I think for because this is like an audio
Yeah.
production, we should probably say it as well. Just
Bleeping demo by Kevin Macleod, I believe.
there we go. Available from incompetech.com, and we'll also put the link to that in the video description on YouTube.
Sweet.
Hold on, let me check that. Bleeping demo. I was right.
Okay,
Yeah, it is
cool.
Kevin Macleod.
There we go. So that's
Right.
our intro track.
Yes.
Just kind of doing our best to avoid any possible legal action
Yeah.
because it could happen.
Yeah.
Let's just cover all our bases.
Yeah, giving credit to it right here. I just gotta
Yeah.
make sure I put it in the descriptions,
Yeah.
Yes.
like I didn't for the last one,
Can
which
you-
I need to edit.
Yes. I was about to ask. Can you edit descriptions? Because that's probably a good
Yeah, you
idea.
can. You can.
Okay.
yeah, I
good.
can literally do that right now.
Yeah, you
but
can
I'm
tell
not gonna
I'm
do
not the one who deals with the tech stuff.
it. No.
Yes.
The descriptions are still broken.
I'm the research guy.
For some reason, the YouTube like default,
Link.
yeah, like the default description, you can like save it, and
Does this need to go into the podcast?
I don't know. I'm just here right now. It's broken. Like, links are broken. I don't know why, and I don't know how to fucking fix it. Anyway.
We will fix it.
Yeah,
though.
we'll sort it out.
Right.
Something.
Do you want to end this, or shall I? Or...
You do it.
Okay. Thank you for watching listening to this week's episode. If you do like these kind of ranty ones, let us know. Give us a like. Comment down below any topics that you want us to cover, because we do take your options into consideration.
And if you are watching this podcast somehow, get out!
Get
Out of our house!
Yes.
I think
Indeed. Yes. If you've made it this far, just comment "get out." I want to see how many people are still listening. Yes.
Okay. All right.
If you've made it to this far, just comment "get out." And just leave a comment down below. Let's just get out.
Hide out.
A little bit.
All right. We'll catch you in next week's episode. Peace.
Bye.